Can you run people through what you were doing before you decided to join Cyber Evolution and what made you start thinking about a career change?
So I have been in the HR administration background for some time, and I actually manage a team of about 10 people. And I enjoyed that job, but also maybe in the last year or two, I've been thinking about more of a challenge for myself personally. I stumbled upon cybersecurity primarily because I was one of the thousands or the millions of Australian customers who were affected by the cybersecurity incident with Optus. And that sort of prompted me to be a bit more interested in what this industry was involved in, particularly since, it would have been really difficult. You would have had to be living under a rock for that topic not to be known to you, given that there was a lot of media attention on that. And so that sort of really inspired me to kind of really take a look and see, hey, I really am quite interested in cybersecurity, and how do I get my foot in the door?
Yeah, it was a crazy time, wasn't it? I remember almost every day for almost 2 weeks, it was like headline news, cybersecurity attack. That was the Optus one. And then Medibank hit about 4 or 5 weeks later. That was towards the end of last year. That was just it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you said, tens of millions of people were affected by it, which sparked a lot of interest. I've said it on a number of occasions. It's obviously a horrible thing for people's personal data to be attacked and taken, but it actually was a bit of a positive thing. It shone a massive light on the industry that was required, and now look what's happened as a result. It's got amazing people like yourself in the industry, which is, I guess a good segue into telling us a little bit about the role that you've just landed.
So I've landed an associate role with CyberCX, and shout out to my student support officer, Hugo. It was actually Hugo that said, hey, Jen, I know you're really new in the cyber industry. You haven't quite finished all your units, but there's this really great opportunity. And it would so happen that the opportunity that I applied for with CyberCX was an all-female cohort. And I was a little bit hesitant because, as Hugo sort of said, I'd only been a few months into studying with Cyber Revolution. But again, shout out to Hugo. He supported me throughout the whole process. I had to revisit my resume and sort of tailor it for a cyber security associate role. And as I progressed through even my application with CyberCX, Hugo was really great to touch base with. And I sort of said, hey, Hugo, this is where I'm at. What do you think? What should be the focus? So shout out to Hugo and the support I had all the way through the selection process with CyberCX. But I'm so incredibly excited because it's just a very rare opportunity to be given paid work experience. I know it's more than that. They're obviously going to be expecting me to bring some of those transferable skills I've got, but I've just never in my whole lifetime known such an experience to exist where, the employer knows that you're quite green in the industry, but is happy to invest in you to learn more in cyber. And I just think that puts me so far in front if I combine that with all my certification with Cyber Revolution.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, big shout out to Hugo again. He's really great. And so he actually helped you build and craft and kind of tweak your resume and getting ready for the application.
Yeah, so I actually sent him my resume, and then he sort of reviewed it and then said, hey, Jen, maybe focus on this and maybe tweak a little bit of that. And then without sort of going too much into the process of the CyberCX application process, but I think it's like 5 stages. And through every stage, I sort of said, hey, Hugo, I'm up to here. And sometimes it was just words of encouragement like, okay, Jen, let us know how you go.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a daunting process. As you said, 5 stages. You need someone to be able to hey, relax, be yourself. You're not going to get asked any technical questions. We're kind of experts at it. Around 20% of our students made up for that female-only cohort that recently came out, and what an initiative that is. And so we know lots of little tricks and tips to be able to get people to, where they want to go, which is really important. You've been able to do that, as you said, all with it, even without finishing all of your certifications. So now you've got a balance, jumping into a new industry, learning on the job skills, which is an unbelievable opportunity,